Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Guinea Pigs with Greg. We're flying off to Jersey with my wife Becky to judge a guinea pig show. We're very lucky, we've arrived early, so we went off to the Jersey Zoo to have a look round, and of course we found a wild guinea pig, the capybara, the ancestor of all of our protege. There's lots of other things to see here as well. It's a fantastic zoo. We saw lots of flamingos, and we even got to see a big gorilla eating his dinner, which was fantastic. Got to have a look around, and there's this fantastic castle that you could walk to at low tide, so we thought we'd have a little trip out around there and see what Jersey had to offer. It really is a stunning place, and I would recommend everyone should come and visit this at least once in their life. The club we're judging for is the Jersey Poultry and Ornithological Society. This is their 170th anniversary show, so they've brought judges from all over the country to judge all the different varieties to this one event. And it's fantastic and an honour to be a part of this lovely celebration. This society is the second oldest society of any type here on Jersey, which is a phenomenal feat that they've kept this going all this time, and they've really put a lot of effort into a lovely show here. Lots of gifts and prizes on display that people can win, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. They've produced a very good catalogue of the event, which tells you who owns all the animals and what's going on throughout the day. And this is a lovely little memento that I was able to take away with me. It's not just guinea pigs on display here, as it is the Jersey Poultry and Ornithological Society. As you'd expect, there's lots of wildfowl, birds, poultry. There should have been rabbits here, but an outbreak of a disease meant that, for biosecurity reasons, they did away with the rabbits for this event. But I saw some amazing examples of other birds, like this pigeon here. He was absolutely huge and funny. I really enjoyed him. There are lots of budgies on display, and my good friend Jason Green is judging all of the cage birds today, and it was nice to catch up with him as well. With so much on display, I thought it was worth taking a moment to just have a look at all the different varieties that there were, because there are some real fantastic specimens here. And it's not very often I get to indulge in my other hobby, which is basically waterfowl and birds. The cage bird section really caught my eye, because I used to keep quite a lot of cage birds, and I was actually a canary judge for many years. So it was nice to have a look at these with a critical eye, but also able to just sit back and enjoy them, as I wasn't judging them today. But the Goldie and finches were splendid in colour, and as you'll agree, they're like a rainbow. Lots of zebra finches, and I think the piece de resistance was the masked finches that I got to see. These were a fantastic feather, and I really loved them. With the Cavies, a record entry, I've been told. They've not had an entry like this for a while, so I really appreciate everyone's support bringing out their Cavies for me to judge today. It's a real pleasure to meet everyone, and I was very, very pleased with the overall quality of the animals that you presented to me, so I thank you very much for that. And then it was time for me to don the white coat and get to judging these animals, which is the real reason I was here. So there's no written critique needed to be given at this show. They literally have to just place the animals 1 to 4. But I decided that I would speak out loud and give a verbal critique for all the Cavies. Just because it needs a tiny bit of work on the nails, and it's got a little bit of grease on his grease gland. But literally sort those two things out, and this is one of my favourite ones, because it just looks like a little lion. Very friendly, handles well, really good condition. I just had to find something to separate the Cavies out. And the third, we have number 77. Really friendly guinea pig, nice condition, lovely soft fur. The nails have been looked after well, nice, bright and healthy. I quite like it. In second, we go for the biggest Cavy in the class. He's so friendly, absolutely brilliant. He's just got something a little bit stuck on him at the back, just there. So that was the deciding factor, but love him. And first really friendly. This one literally, I fingered in his mouth. He's just he's not biting. He's just having a great time. Really enjoying it. Nice and clean. Everything you want in a pet guinea pig, really. So, Then we have another big teddy. Again, this coat, you can just feel it bouncing. It's really good. It's a breed that I keep myself as well, so to feel that is lovely. It's very therapeutic. Big bright eyes, stands up, is looking around, and again, the attention to detail on the nails and the teeth and the ears is very good. Just unlucky that there's so many good Cavies today, otherwise these positions could be another round. And then in second, we've got C4. I really like this, very sweet. It looks like a little rhino with the but yeah, again, well built, all the muscles in the right place, and attention to detail again with the preparation. But all of them, you can tell, they're well handled. They don't run away. They want to be petted, which is key when judging the pets. You haven't got breed standards to judge to, so you have to go on cleanliness and how much of a pet they are. And I really like this one. You can tell it's looked after. Yeah, and she let me put the hair down on the side as well, which is cute. And this is my winner. The second I picked her up, I was in love. That face is so chucky. Just want to squeeze it. Big bright eyes. And again, that coat is phenomenal. But if you get to handle this one at all today, you'll see what I mean about fitness. This is the extreme of fitness. It's not fat, it's not overweight, it is fit. It fits within its body shape. It's absolutely brilliant. And the coat is like silk. They call them silkies abroad in lots of countries. But we call them shelties. But the coat texture is just so beautiful to feel. And yeah, so this was my winner. I have to say, it's fantastic experience judging here in Jersey. Everyone is so keen and interested and friendly. They're all trying to learn and engage, and this was consistent throughout the day. People were stewarding, they were asking questions, I was able to talk out loud and speak and engage with everyone, and this is really, really special for me, and I hoped it was useful to the exhibitors as well, which I'm sure it should be. There are lots of lovely Cavies on display, in the selfs and the non-selfs, and this blue really caught my eye, as did this lilac. Really lovely Cavy, nice and big and broad, and they stood well, so people have obviously put the time in to train their Cavies to stand in the way they should. The Himalayan here, big class of Himalayans. This was my winning pig. Unfortunately the summer had got to his points, but lovely nonetheless. There's phenomenal Dutch. I mean, look at those stops. Those stops are absolutely perfect. You wouldn't want anything more. I really like the colour of this dark-eyed golden crested, and then I was surprised by the quality of the American cresteds. Yep, they were fantastic. That contrast between the white of the crest and the gold of the body really stood out for me. There's some large classes of long hairs as well, and these were lovely to judge, well presented, and the Cavies all had lovely coats. As you see, this one really took shine to me. It was gorgeous. It just wanted to play around. Obviously, with Jersey being an island, it makes obtaining stock quite a challenge, so you have to physically go across and get these animals and bring them back, which means the breeds are quite limited, but what they have in quality and quantity. As you can see by this group of shelties here, they are all very, very well coated and owned by a few different breeders, which really made a lovely experience for judging to have such quality and depth. Of course, as a teddy breeder, I was very interested when this class came up. Some lovely examples of the breed, lovely plush coats, just need a little work maybe on the grooming, but other than that I was very pleased with them, and they really presented them in a very nice way. For lunch they put on a lovely buffet, and there was this phenomenal cake that they had on display. I mean, look at the decoration, and I can assure you it tasted absolutely delicious when they cut it up during the ceremony. It was back onto the Cavies, so they have a best overall adult and then a best overall under 5. And here my best adult was this lovely Texel, phenomenal coat, and I have to say I was very pleased with my selection here. Such a wealth of coat, lots of spring, and yeah, I was unlucky for the Dutch. The Dutch had a slightly thick coat, but the Dutch was also a phenomenal example with, as we saw earlier, great stops and a very well balanced saddle. And then the selfs were well represented, but they just couldn't compete with the non-selfs today, which was a shame because they were both very good examples, both the lilac and the blue.
Is that Ollie's Dutch? Yes, Ollie's.
And this is my winner.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. And going through the young stock, this dark-eyed golden really took my eye. Lovely colour, nice head shape, with like a bit more width. And this lovely chocolate tan. Unfortunately, it just had a very sticky coat. These Abyssinians stood well, and they just lacked a touch of harshness. The one on the far left had the greatest height and depth to the rosettes, which made it the winner. This lovely American crested was my best overall under 5. Really good crest, nice coverage of the white, and a really good rich body colour. There was some lovely young stock on display. Some of it just needed a little bit more time to compete with the adults and some of the older cavies in the under 5 section. But there's lots of potential, and I especially like this one here. American crested. Even with the ears slightly chewed, I think this is beautiful. It's got a really good crest, nice pinpoint, nice and deep, and good coverage of the white. And the gold is lovely as well, so yeah, well done. On to my overall best in show. I had quite a difficult selection and a wide variety of cavies to choose from, but my best in show went to the Texel, followed by the Red Dutch, and that lovely little golden American crested in 3rd place. And what an honour it was to judge at this show. I have to say, I was taken back by the friendliness and the kindness of everyone. I've made some very good friends for life here. That wasn't the end of our day. We got to look around the horticultural show, which was in the adjacent hall, making one giant event. We found these little crocheted guinea pigs, which I thought were phenomenal. I have to say, it was such a well laid out event, very open, very spacious. You didn't feel overcrowded. You got to see everything, including this lovely display of carnivorous plants owned by Eric Nichols, who also won Best in Show with his Texel. So we had a double Best in Show today. This display of cacti really brought back some fond memories of when me and Grandad used to grow and show our cactus as well. Presented with this lovely wine glass as a memento for the day. And although I don't drink wine, I'm sure I can make very good use of it. We were made to feel so special and welcome, and that we also had this amazing gift bag full of lots of lovely treats. And I have to say that we were spoilt rotten, and we've enjoyed many of these biscuits and fudge assortments, all genuine Jersey products, which was very much appreciated. And me and my wife, thank you so much for presenting us with this. Our final look around the show, and we came across this fantastic stand commemorating the 170 years of the Jersey Poultry and Ornithological Society. And these drawings were all done by one of the members, and it's fantastic to see such quality and care taken over all of these items. And I got to speak with him for a while. He's a very interesting chap, indeed. There's other competitions here, such as the best eggs, but my favourite was the egg decorating. The minions were phenomenal, something very special. And there was also a photographic competition where you could photograph the animals as well. And there were some really good entries, things that I could only, in awe of how good the photography was. It was phenomenally good, and I enjoyed looking at it very much. I got to meet some lovely people, and it was a great experience. But I must give a very special thank you to Paige Smith, who organised the entire event, bringing us over and showing us a good time around the island, and having organised this amazing meal for fanciers and exhibitors alike. And then we got to see the castle again, but this time with the tide in. So there's no walking across to it this time, but the views were stunning. Then we managed to go to the War Museum in the Jersey Tunnels, and this was a very interesting and sombre time learning about the history of the island. I even made the local news, which was fantastic, and here's that clip now.
Birds and guinea pigs, the latter judged by Greg.
Seeing the guinea pigs that he brought for me today, he put a record entry out for me, which has been absolutely amazing. And there's been some very special guinea pigs here. Some of the Shelties and the Red Dutch have been phenomenal.
And how many guinea pigs do you have yourself?
80. I have about 80
guinea pigs?
Yeah.
Greg started doing this when he was a child, a similar age in fact to Tilly, who was today showing...
And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I enjoyed going to Jersey, and I'd definitely go back again someday, hopefully to show. And until next time, I'm Guinea Pig Greg. Goodbye.